coming. Please help yourself to breakfast anonymously sponsor. Anybody who wants to sponsor breakfast, please do so. Note that Friday morning, with davening at 8 o'clock, it's going to be the siyum in the memory of Rav Chaim Waxak Amora de Asra. So please, everybody, please come 8 o'clock Friday morning.
Is this being sponsored all this week by somebody, or?
No, not this week. Not yet.
Okay, I thought.
But there's always hope.
Okay, I thought that was a text, but okay.
Oh, I think it's next week they're sponsored.
Oh yeah, I thought.
It's this week.
Places.
If not, we'll give extra sponsorship. I know some people sponsor it next week, so maybe we'll include them for this week.
Okay.
We'll have a conference. The Torah says, fascinating. There's so many interesting psukim. It says, "V'anshe kodesh tihum." You should be holy people. Basa basa the treif. If you find a torn animal in the field, lo sochelu, you should like kelov tashlich, throw it to the dogs. Give it to the dogs. So Rashi says, because it's strange. Why do you have to tell it to throw it to the dogs? Like Torah is not telling us something. Torah is trying to teach us a lesson. What's it trying to teach us? So Rashi says the Torah is teaching us that everything that God's created, God gives them reward. The dogs kept quiet during the exodus of Egypt. They didn't bark. So God gives them reward. If you find an avela, you find a torn animal in the field, you give it to the dogs. However, I saw an answer which I know resonates with me better. And that answer is, we have to go to Bereshis. Bereshis is that we know that Eve sinned, Chava sinned, and Adam was given the task of naming all the creatures. He was supposed to name his wife. So he had a choice. He could have called his wife the mother of all dead things because she brought death into the world. But he called her Chava the mother of all living things. Why? Because when somebody makes a mistake, the lesson is you don't dwell on the mistake. You always dwell on the positive functions of that individual. And Adam had a choice. He's being banished from the Garden of Eden, from God's presence. And we know that a man and wife who live in harmony, God's presence, the Shekhinah resides with them. So he wanted God's presence to reside with him, so he gave her a positive name. When he saw Chava, his wife, he always think positively. She is the mother of all living things, and not dwell on the negative, not dwell on the past, dwell on the positive. And that's the lesson over here too. Let's analyze it. If you find a dead animal in a field, it means that dogs didn't do a good job. The dog is supposed to drive away the wild animals from the field. If an animal is killed, it means the dog didn't do his job. At that point in time, you don't punish the dog, you reward the dog. Because you know, well, the good thing.
Why didn't the dog do his job?
The dog's job is supposed to protect the
It's
flock.
like a sheepdog or something.
Like a sheepdog. You're not supposed to protect
an animal of the flock.
Yes, it's supposed to protect you. So if you find the animal in a field, it means your field. It means the dog didn't do its job. So do you punish the dog or you reward the dog for all the time it does its job? Well, you want to accentuate the positive. That's the lesson. Accentuate the positive. Don't accentuate the negative. Have a wonderful day.